everybody. Oh, we're going to do better than Rich. Come on, come on. Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, yeah, there we go. I mean, a lot of times I'm speaking before lunch. It's a terrible place to be because everybody wants to go to lunch. You're having lunch. This should be a lot of fun. Great to meet you. I love to have walk-up music. It's the first time that's ever happened. And really what that was a perspective on what's been happening the last year in my life, in our company's life, all through 2024 about this amazing topic called GenAI. So I'm Eric Vaughan. I'm the CEO of IgniteTech and GFI Software, two companies under the same corporate umbrella, focus on different markets, but all in the software space, enterprise software, as well as the SMB space. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time here with you talking about what I think the most important thing is of the AI imperative, and that is humans. Now, that's not what you hear very often because it's always AI, right? Somebody clapped, right? Yeah, exactly. Humans. And all of you are sitting there. I've been at a lot of these talks. I know this is what's on your mind. It's like, I don't know, so what's in it for me? Sit and listen. I promise I'm here to give you some information, some things to take back with you, to talk to your leaders, to help get them involved. Because it's very important to try to extinguish this idea, right? AI has been called an existential threat. I've called it an existential threat. I do believe that. I believe it's going to completely change everything, and the sooner we get on board with that, the better we'll be. I don't see this end in this crazy cartoon here with AI crushing the humans, but we are evolving, and I've got a different picture that I'm going to take you through because you want to be able to keep your job. This I believe. How many of you want to keep your job? Okay, if your boss is here, you probably raise your hand. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, now when I say that, it doesn't have to be your current job. It could be any job because AI is coming everywhere. Science, technology, the arts, healthcare, finance, banking. It doesn't matter. It's absolutely everywhere, and you want to keep up with this. Keeping pace with technology is absolutely critical, and it's at an accelerating level. It's unbelievably hard to keep up with it. And in fact, you're hearing so much noise right now. I know that. We're all hearing this, and so are the leaders of all the companies out there. They're hearing noise. It's almost like there's only 2 letters in the alphabet.
And so this is how artificial intelligence isn't just in our businesses, it's literally from our living room to the boardroom.
AI, artificial intelligence, is the new general
looking at the ability to work well with AI and take advantage of it is now.
Intelligence.
AI is a key enabler of
the AI.
What AI is created is this whole.
We're going to start using AI for a lot of different applications.
AI teacher isn't a human being.
AI generates. At a certain point, AI will be good enough to build a better AI. AI builds a better AI, which builds a better, which builds better, which builds better.
It's like that, is it not? I mean, it's like that's all you hear. You turn on the news, everybody's interviewing somebody about their thoughts on AI, and they runs from the scary agents will be here to take over your world to the I don't really think this is going to work, to human intelligence beyond what we can do. There's even a name for it, right? The last human test. As soon as the AI can conquer that test, there's not another test to give it because it knows more than we do. But I don't believe this to be true. I think it's different. So I want to share some current information. And when I say current, look at the date on this press release. This is February 7th. It's just a few days ago. This is from a company called Markets and Markets. They did a study on investment and market growth. I mean, these numbers are staggering. I invite you to look at this. Past the presentation. It's really quite interesting. $13.8 billion estimated spend on AI in 24. That's a 500% increase from last year and $32 billion in 25. It's just enormous. But where's all that money going? And is ROI, what your CEOs and your org leaders care about, is it working? So let's look at another study. This is all from, these next slides are from the Boston Consulting Group. So BCG has been at the forefront of measuring AI in the workplace, and AI is how it's transforming society. So this was a survey that they did of C-level executives. So this is all C-level perspective, and that's quite a theme in my talk today. 1,800 C-level executives. Companies had to be at least $500 million of revenue in the US and in Europe. 100 million in Asia Pacific and other areas. So, not small companies by any means. And so, what did it show? This slide is appalling to me. 1 in 3 companies are planning to spend up to $25 million. That's a paltry amount for companies of this size. It doesn't even make any sense. So what's behind that? Well, one of the questions they asked is, what are you using AI for? How are you trying to transform your world? And the word on there that I want to key in on is invent. We all know about modifying workflows and automation and improving efficiencies and all those words that don't get anybody excited. But what about inventions? Now that's exciting. And invent is a big expectation of our leaders. This slide shows information that is, again, all about the people involved. They're saying that 2 out of 3 executives saying that they're having trouble changing the culture, which some of you have seen me talk before. I've talked a lot about cultural change at my companies. I will again today. And they're having difficulty hiring AI talent. Now that's a new phrase, hiring AI talent. Not hiring people that do AI, but hiring AI talent. That's a thing. It absolutely is a thing. So how do they see it playing with people? These executives, these 1,800 C-levels, they see 86% not replacing you. 64%, they think that the AI will work alongside humans, and only 22% AI will take the lead, but humans will be the oversight. I want to flip that on its head, and I'm going to show you why I think that's the way we should do it. 75% of executives think it's a top 3 strategic priority, but only 25% of them think that they're getting any significant value. So the call here today is to get information, build your case, and help to change the culture all the way up through your leadership team here as well. This has to start from the leaders to make an impact. And decrease in headcount, we hear this all the time. The stat you take off of this slide that's super amazing is, look at the top. 8% expect to hire more people with the AI revolution. Only 7% said less, right? That's the reality. So let's dispel this whole idea of they're simply going to replace jobs. I'll talk a little bit about that. And AI upskilling, right? Taking the people that you have and helping them learn AI, telling them what a revolution this is, how it can change their life, how it can change their world, change their company's world, invent new things. The AI upskilling is super important, but it's paltry. Again, I keep using that word, but it's true. It's too low of a number in 2024. I mean, we're down only 30%, think that they've done 25% upskilling. And the upskilling is important, or you're going to see a lot of this. Now, this is Ned. Ned used to have a job working in the finance department. He liked his spreadsheets. He liked to work on formulas and all of that. He was very comfortable with that, and he refused the AI upskilling. Now he's out there with a sign, looking for non-AI work. You're not going to see that very much on job boards. I think that's super important. So let me segue now. That gives you a little bit of a base of a leader's perspective on how AI makes such a difference. I want to talk about my company, IgniteTech. So IgniteTech is a 30-year-old enterprise software company. We are multinational. We are 100% remote, global remote, and have been for 10 years, long before the pandemic. That's been a key advantage for us in a number of ways. And customers all over the world, all segments, horizontal software. We're also a very acquisitive company. So our parent company, ESW Capital, is not a private equity firm. It is an M&A engine that we buy tech companies and we keep them and hold them forever. That's a key part of our strategy. And that's who we are, a 30-year-old enterprise software company that you might think is a little bit stead, but I want to dispel that and take you on the journey over the last 3 years. Rich mentioned just now the 3rd year for GenAI Expo. That sounds not significant, but in early 2023, we were all just waking up. We were all just suddenly seeing that something had changed. And for me, it was Jensen Huang. Any of you ever seen Jensen Huang before? Raise your hand. Okay. How many have never seen Jensen Huang before? How many won't raise your hand today no matter what I ask you? There's always more people with that answer. I don't get it. Okay. Jensen Huang, leather jacket. You know him because he always has the leather jacket. It was this phrase that resonated. This is the iPhone moment for AI. This is the moment where it completely jumps into the arms of everybody, not just the tech few, and I think that's super important. So in 23 for us, it was all about training our team, upskilling, that slide just said. This is a gentleman named Ethan Malik. Ethan is a professor at the Wharton MBA School at University of Penn, And he is very outspoken on GenAI, the effect on the workforce. He's a prolific blogger, poster. He does research with his students. Really interesting. We hired him to come into IgniteTech, give a presentation. This is in early 2023, so we were a little ahead of the game, and help our people really understand how important this was. We wanted them to realize it wasn't just coming from internal, that this was really a thing out there. And he came in and he did a whole session where he spent some time talking through the trends that he saw and what was important. He even then did a workshop with our teams and looked at their prompts and gave feedback on the prompts. I mean, that was really great in early 2023. It's where we were. We also then got heavy into prompting, right? It was all that words back then about prompt engineering. Gladly, that phrase seems to have left the lexicon. Not saying that as much anymore, but prompt engineering, how to write a good prompt. And we told our people, you have carte blanche, up to $1,000 education reimbursement. You don't need pre-approval. Any tool you want, go get it, license it, buy the pro version, buy multiples, try it. We are at the dawn of a new age. It's a gold rush and a frontier. Nobody knows who's going to win this. Nobody knows who comes out on top. So everybody's trying to figure that out, and I wanted our team to figure that out. And in 2023, we then put a press release out on the wire that said to all of our customers, here's where we stand. We're going to add AI technology to all of our software across our entire portfolio. And this, in the early days in 23, this was very focused on the co-pilot model, you know, kind of an additional piece of AI software functionality built into the existing product. We didn't charge for this in any way. It was all free. It was included with the, you know, the license and the cost of our software. And that was just a bold statement. We wanted our customers to know that they could look to us because they were coming and saying, you know, what's your AI plan? What are we doing with this? You know, how do we know whether or not to invest in you? So that was very important. So 2024, and you saw that in that early video before I came on, 2024 was, not only do I have the pleasure of leading an amazing team at IgniteTech, but I also have the pleasure of meeting with a lot of C-level executives at these shows, and it was clear in 2024 that transforming our team was going to be very, very clear. And one of the things we did at the start of 24, it was kind of like that new year, you know, you want something to kind of jolt everybody back awake. We announced something called AI Mondays. And AI Mondays were exactly what it sounds like. Every single Monday, you can't do anything except AI. Here I was talking about it at a previous conference. AI Monday. We got a lot of press for this, actually, because, I'm sorry, you're doing what? You're giving up 1/5 of your week every week? How are you getting the business done? And I always said, that's the problem I'm asking everybody to solve. You can only do the work you were supposed to do in 5 days and 4 days. How are we going to solve that? So that was a big investment, and I believe that all organizations need to be this dramatic. I think you need to take it this seriously, because you're looking for people, and this transformation isn't just about skills, and it's not just about time. It's really about belief. And I came to believe that this was the difference between the people we needed in the new team and the people that weren't going to come along. Belief means not that it can do everything, but that you're going to give it a shot. You're going to put the work in with the AI. You're going to see it as an extension of what you do, and you're going to believe that this can come along. It's very important. Unfortunately, all organizations, including ours, end up with some people that look like this. Like, I hear that term GenAI, it seems like an important term. I'm just going to turn my head. When I come back, like, everybody will stop talking about it, because it's another one of those fads, isn't it? It's flash in the pan, there's going to be a bubble, it's not, folks. It's going to change, it's going to course correct, it's going to morph. It's already done so dramatically in 2 years. Heck, in just the last month, there's new action happening with OpenAI right now. You've probably seen the news. There's all kinds of things that are happening. But I know for sure this isn't a good approach, and it's going to lead to unfortunate scenes like this, where people are out competing for a job, and that's not necessarily AI in the seat, but it's an AI-empowered human, and they're going to find themselves completely non-competitive in their industry, because one of the first questions they're going to be asked is, How has AI changed your job? What AI skills would you bring to this job? And that's exactly what we did. And we had to transform our company because, remember I said existential, I believed it, and so we were dramatic. And this was the effect of our 2023 investment in our legacy team and our 2024 transformation of our team. We ended up replacing, not reducing, replacing almost 80% of our entire team. I've always said, I'm not happy about this slide, I am not proud of this slide, but it is the reality. We had to have the people that didn't believe, that didn't do the work, that weren't willing to really drive into this, leave the company. And I think that's really important. What we wanted was people that look like this. They went to work one day on the left and they suddenly were transformed and AI capable. They have an AI tool belt that they wheeled out for a number of things. They think about using AI first before they do anything else. And so we went out to hire. And again, we did not lay off 80% of our people. We replaced those people with new jobs. And these new jobs had new titles. AI innovation specialists for whatever domain. AI innovation specialist marketing, AI innovation specialist sales, AI innovation specialist for customer service. We changed the interview process, and our chief AI officer, who was one of our very first people that we brought on board, he's here at this conference. You'll have the opportunity to meet, and he'll love to talk to you about so many things. He had to interview every single person because every single one of these people, regardless of the domain, were going to work for him. They were going to report directly to him. So he's the chief AI officer, but this is a brand new org structure that we created, an AI first org structure. Marketing people reporting to the chief AI officer. Finance people reporting to the chief AI officer.
Every single Monday for a full quarter, you weren't allowed at our company to do anything except work on AI.
So there is a
you
business leader for finance.
Call customers, work on budgets, write normal code. You could write AI code.
Dotted line
you could be taking courses. You could be working on team projects. Now, that's 20% of my payroll every single week. Think about that. We gave them time, space to learn. We declared it. We made it a fun thing. AI Monday.
Experiments and measurements and research and so many different things. So those people will go back and say, so here's my assignment. And they'll say, oh, we've already written that. We've already got a RAG system that you can use. Don't write your own. We've already tried that LLM for that purpose. Doesn't work the way you want it to. And so we were using best practices and we're learning and we're building that. We didn't know this was going to work. We had no idea. This is a frontier. And so we're breaking things and inventing things as we go, even though we're a 30-year-old enterprise software company and not a small one. But what we needed to do was create an AI startup inside of this 30-year-old software company. That's absolutely what we did. An AI startup mentality, the way we work, our speed, our innovation, our inventions. And there's so many AI startups. Just look at this landscape. I had fun building this slide. There's just so many, top AI companies, AI 100 in this country, AI 100 in that country. There's so many logos on there. It's incredible. I mean, there's so many of them. We all know that. And if you look at funding in the equity market, this is measuring the top equity investments in AI. Look at OpenAI's way ahead with $14 billion, lion's share of that from Microsoft, of course, Anthropic's there. So these companies are building the future with a lot of equity funding. Nothing wrong with that model at all. Point is, that was not our model. We had zero equity funding, zero. And we are a 9-digit revenue company. We're privately held, so we don't talk about our revenues, but it's 9 digits. So we are not small by any means. So let's look at a couple of other metrics. One is revenue per employee. This is a way a lot of people measure the success of an operation of an organization. What's your revenue per employee? A lot of names up there you recognize, both in the tech community and the AI community. They're good. They're really good. This is IgniteTech's revenue per employee. I'm proud of that. That's a lot of hard work. The second thing is EBITDA. How much money are you making? Earnings before income tax, depreciation, and amortization, right? The bottom line. Unbelievable numbers, 64% for NVIDIA, 64% for Broadcom. They're making great money. We outpace them. Our EBITDA is 75%. So we have zero equity funding. We run the company at 75% EBITDA last year. We completely reorganized our team, replaced 80% of the team with AI innovation specialists. And you might say, well, that's great. What you did is you cut everything to the bone, so all you're really doing now is just barely operating and making all that money. Isn't true. That's not what we did. What we did was we used AI to make our team so efficient that they're working on the things that matter, like inventing. And inventing we did. We have two brand new, from the ground up, AI software that is aimed at you. Humans. It's about humans. It's not about AI. It's not about the pursuit of technology for technology's sake. And the first one was called My Personas. We announced this last year. My Personas is a very exciting piece of software. It is focused on cloning your subject matter experts. Here's the use case. There's so many. You've got an HR manager. And that HR manager is always the person you go to ask lots of questions about a variety of things. Time off, how to correct your time card, special benefits and the like. And that poor person's always queued behind questions from everybody because they're the source. What if we cloned that person and created an SME that works as a My Persona with all of that person's knowledge, so 24/7 and in multiple languages, you can talk to that persona and get the questions. And here's the real key that's super important, is we build knowledge around that SME, and we keep that My Persona tethered back to the human. So when a question is asked that the My Persona cannot answer, it reaches out to the human and says, Joe's got a question that I can't answer. Can you answer the question? And the human will answer the question. The owner will answer the question either over an app or email whenever they do. When they do, that goes back to Joe. But best of all, it updates its knowledge so the next time that question is asked, it doesn't have to go back to the owner. So we're having a lot of fun with the marketing campaign. We're not about avatars. There's a lot of software out there talking about avatars and top-class avatars. We're talking about twins. We're talking about clones. We're talking about SMEs that are available to you 24/7. So real software, no smoke and mirrors. We're going to be showing it at the demo floor, on the trade show floor tomorrow when it opens. This is how you log in, simple authentication method. When you log in, you're presented with a number of My Personas that you can choose for different roles. Now, we created a My Persona for a conference because it's the same thing, this very conference. Where will I find the agenda? What hotel should I stay at? I'm an exhibitor. When do I set up? What are the show floor hours? How do I order carpet? Like all these questions, these poor people at these conferences. Well, we created a My Persona at another conference to do exactly that. So I'm going to go through that demo so you can actually see the real software. This is real software working. This is no video.
Chat. Hello, I am Eric Vaughan's My Persona. How can I help you today? Great. And so now you're interacting with the My Persona, who's the expert on the AI conference. And I'm going to ask it a question that I absolutely had, prior to this. I am a speaker at the upcoming AI conference. Will there be a confidence monitor available for speakers? When I ask that question, it's looking in the knowledge. Yes, there will be a confidence monitor available for speakers at the AI conference. This feature is designed to provide an additional layer of support for presenters during their talks. Okay, so that's helpful. That's great. It's just what I need to know, but I actually need a little bit further information. Great. Do you know if the confidence monitor will be showing speaker notes in presentation mode, which is something speakers prefer. We can keep track during our presentation of what's the next slide and the like. So it's a common question. I'm going to ask that question. It's again checking the knowledge that it has. I have contacted my owner for more information. Okay, great. So this is where the magic really starts to happen. It didn't have that answer, and so it has connected out to the human owner. I'm going to come back to that here in just a second. A couple of other things, though, I want to show you before I do is, for example, show you how multimodal works. You don't have to type everything. You can speak your question. Can you tell me what the address for the conference venue is? The conference venue is located at Pier 27 along the Embarcadero in San Francisco. Okay, that's super helpful. But I also want to show you another feature that is incredibly important, and that is your subject matter experts can now speak 160 different languages, or however many languages that the LLMs support. This is unbelievably empowering. Please repeat that answer in French. Le lieu de la conférence est situé au Pier 27, le long du Embarcadero à San Francisco.
Please repeat that answer in Hindi.
Conference venue Pier 27 के साथ साथ Embarcadero में San Francisco में स्थित है.
Okay, now please answer in English.
The conference venue is located at Pier 27 along the Embarcadero in San Francisco.
And by the way, don't you love that about LLMs? I said, no, please answer in English. It knew I meant now, please answer in English. This forgiving nature of interacting with AI is one of the things that I think really encourages people to use it. So, great. So I cannot overstate how important it is that we have enabled your SMEs to be available with their knowledge in multiple languages all around the world. Incredibly important for anybody dealing with multiple geographies, different constituencies that speak different languages. People want to interact in their own language. So that's super important. Now, back to the reach out to the owner. You can see, first of all, there's a new panel that keeps track of all the questions that were forwarded out to the owners. Second of all, in line, you can see it says pending answer. And if I expand that, you'll see the full question that went there. And so that was sent out to the owner. And when that was sent out, what that means is an email was sent to the owner directly to ask the question. And they can answer directly via email. Or My Personas has an iOS and an Android app that's available. And so a notification appeared on their devices, on the owner's devices, to let them know they had an incoming question. Now, this is very asynchronous. The owner may be available right now and may answer while you're actually talking, which is amazing. It might be an hour later that it will that the person will answer, or it could be, who knows, when they get back from vacation early next week. But all of that is tracked by the system, and all of that is there. Let me show you what that looks like. Using Mac OS and iOS's latest features, I can actually share my iPhone. You can see it here. That's actually my live running iPhone that's sitting here next to me. If I click Connect, it's going to connect to my iPhone 16 Pro, and it's going to take me into the My Personas app. So this is actually my live running iPhone here. And again, I'm going to log in with Google credentials, and it shows that I have an unread notification coming from this My Persona, the CEO of IgniteTech and the AI conference expert. And if I click on that, you can see the question that I asked. Specifically, I'm looking for details on whether it will display speaker notes in presentation mode. And I'm going to answer that question now. Say, no, it will not. Show speaker notes. It will be mirroring the slides that are being presented. So I'm going to answer that on my iPhone and send that back.
To the question, great, do you know if the confidence monitor will be showing speaker notes in presentation mode? The owner replied, no, it will not show speaker notes. It will be mirroring the slides that are being presented.
Now, that's absolutely amazing. So several things happen. Number one, forwarded questions. You can see the answer now. It shows us answered in this panel. In line, you can see that it actually updated that and added the answer. And it's important to keep that in line because you might have a long conversation with the My Persona, and you want to go back and look at that in context. So there it is there. But even more importantly, I want to come back to that Q&A section. If I just close this and go back to the management console and click on Manage Knowledge and click on Q&A, you see the question now in Q&A that the system put in here. If I click Edit, you'll see the question, you can see the answer, and here is where the owner could augment the information that's in here or correct something if they answered incorrectly. I mean, it's really incredible because what that now did is enrich the knowledge of that My Personas, and let me show you exactly what I mean by that. If I come back and I say, do you know if the confidence monitor will show speaker notes in presentation mode? When I ask that question,
the confidence monitor will not show speaker notes in presentation mode. Instead, it will mirror the slides being presented.
Now, that is where the patent pending technology really shines in My Personas. You can see we have enriched the knowledge. It did not have to reach back out to the owner. So the next time that question is asked, it can answer directly from its knowledge. And this is a cumulative process that really enriches the value of the interactions. The use cases are endless. We're always so excited when we hear so many ideas. It's so important, this idea of this knowledge being updated. And so over time, what happens is the knowledge base gets smarter and smarter, the pings go down further and further, and people can get back to doing real things with their lives. So, thank you. Thank you. Isn't that what we want? Isn't it? Don't we want to do less of the mundane things? Don't we want to empower people with AI so that they can get on with more important things in their job and in their lives, in fact. And this is what we're doing, and we're putting humans at the center of this. Super excited, the use cases that we've seen and the energy that we get from people when they put their hands on it. It's almost too good to be true, and 100% of that was brand new software that we wrote from the ground up that started after we changed our team. So it was written in less than 9 months. It was written largely by a team that didn't work for us a year ago, all without any equity investment, but because of the efficiencies we've been able to drive. Now, this is about inventing, and this is about empowering and what your leaders are looking for. If you want investment and sponsorship, this is the kind of vision that we need to create. Now, we keep talking about how things move fast. Things are moving fast. Like, they're moving so fast that while I was up here on this stage right now, a press release hit the newswire today. Just today, literally today, during this presentation, talking about our newest AI software called Eloquens. Eloquens AI, another patent-pending, brand new product, written from the ground up. It is persona-based, so it's got humans at the core of its design, and it's all about making the email world come to heel and put AI to work, right? This is solving the problem of emails coming back into your company. Maybe it's an outbound email marketing campaign to generate leads. Maybe it's emails that come into info at or sales at or help at or support at. And we have a persona-based email assistant that is, answered this one ad. It was pretty good, right? Email response specialist, you need to work 24/7, must speak 160 languages, your grammar's got to be perfect. Oh, you have to answer every email in 5 minutes or less, which, by the way, for all you marketing people know, lead conversions 5 minutes or less through the roof compared to any other time frame. Oh, and sorry, no vacation days, in fact, no pay. Like, that's it. That's the one ad that Eloquens is answering. Here is the first demo of Eloquens.
This is Eloquens AI. Eloquens combines AI-driven inbound email management with AI persona-based communication to provide near-instant response to all incoming emails from marketing campaigns, inbound company addresses, and more, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and in over 160 languages. Let's walk through setting up an email persona in Eloquens. Go to the Email Personas page in your Eloquens dashboard. Click Add Persona in the top right. Enter a name for your use case. Choose a role. This will appear in your email signature. Connect your email platform like Gmail, Outlook, or CarrioConnect. Click the button and follow the steps. Now select which email account that Eloquens will use. When you've finalized all of your choices, hit the Create Persona button. Next up is empowering your email personas with the knowledge they need to deliver accurate, consistent responses. Think of knowledge as your email persona's foundation of truth. Every document you upload becomes part of their expertise, enabling them to craft reliable, accurate responses. Eloquens supports a range of formats: documents and PDFs for detailed information, Excel spreadsheets for structured data, PowerPoint presentations for visual content, HTML files, direct integration to upload from Google Drive and OneDrive. Creating the knowledge structure is how you enable your Eloquens persona to respond with real answers. Here we create distinct folders like Product A and Product B. Next, let's create a streamlined workflow that specifies how you want Eloquens to handle email responses. Let's begin by heading to the Workflows page in your Eloquens dashboard. Look for the Add Workflow button in the top right corner. Choose a name that identifies its purpose, like support. Add the persona's manager details for human escalation and an optional calendar link to enable Eloquens to book appointments. Now let's configure your email settings to establish your workflow's communication style. Choose your workflow's voice by selecting an email persona, then decide between draft mode for review flexibility or send mode for automatic responses. Want to unlock more power? The Advanced tab is your gateway. The Advanced tab helps you customizing response tone for that perfect support agent feel, setting smart filters to manage incoming communications, configuring intelligent routing for those crucial escalation moments. Next, you're ready to ingest your documents, product brochures, website data, anything you have to make your persona knowledgeable. Upload documents straight from your computer, Google Drive, or Microsoft OneDrive. Fine-tune your oversight with precision. Add CC and BCC recipients for comprehensive visibility. Set up draft notifications to alert the manager there's a draft waiting for review. Find that power switch and bring your workflow to life. You can always return to fine-tune these settings as your needs evolve. View Eloquence Conversations to review all emails and to use optional draft mode to approve the AI-generated message before it's sent. Click on Conversations to access your email management dashboard. Here, each email thread is detailed. Let's understand the key components of a conversation. The blue section represents incoming emails. The AI reasoning section reveals the AI's decisions for the email. Smart filter reasoning, routing explanations, and response recommendations. Watch for gray routing sections when your email persona forwards messages internally based on your instructions. These show recipient details and routing notes. In the response area, you'll find draft or sent status indicators. Clear status markers guide you through each stage. Below is the email sent or a draft you can edit and regenerate. The sources list shows the knowledge documents used for the response. The Conversations Hub is where you can manage all aspects of your workflows. Find conversations by using the top search bar for broad searches. Search within conversations for specific details and filter by subject or participant. Essential tools are at your fingertips. Draft indicators for pending reviews. Need to take your conversations offline? The download icon next to the search bar has you covered. Finally, break language barriers instantly. Transform threads into over 160 languages. Now let's talk about draft mode. It enables a thorough review of AI responses before sending. Perfect for new workflows or refining email persona settings. Navigate to Conversations and locate the draft indicator. Watch as we open a draft conversation. Review the AI response. Need to make changes? Make real-time edits in the draft editor. Want AI to revise? Click Generate. Provide a prompt to match your tone. Like it? Click Apply. Ready? Click Save, then Send to deliver. Let Eloquence AI's personas manage your email campaigns to professional perfection.
So now today you're the first ones to see it. It's incredible. We're excited because it's again replacing what humans need to do with intelligent deployment of AI. You know, you haven't heard me in this presentation talk about LLMs, RAG, RLHF, vector database, and good Lord, agents. It's supposed to be the year of the agent. Nobody even knows what that means. It sounds like some disembodied thing running around doing what? We don't even know. That's not what it is. What we're trying to do is make everyone more efficient with their operation and to deploy AI and putting humans at the center and stop this incessant pinging. We even have a word for it, ping, ping. Ping me, ping me. Did you ping me? Ping me when you're done. It's ridiculous. This is interrupt mode. No one wants to work like this, and no one has to. Because what we're looking for is bliss. And this is the reaction we get from demos at these shows. I think we'll get it with Eloquence as well, is, oh my God, I've been waiting for this. I really don't want to keep doing this over and over and over again. And that's our vision of what we're doing here. What I believe is so important of putting humans at the center of the AI, so it looks a lot more like this. The guy's sitting there just enjoying a cup of coffee. He's thinking, he's probably working on something much, much more important. He's got the little AIs running around taking care of him, doing what he needs to do. This is what software companies need to be doing for you. This is what is going to win the day in this amazing gold rush for success in AI. Not technology, but solutions that people believe. And I think there are more letters in the alphabet than AI. I believe it's AI and human working together. That's what I want you to take away. So we're thrilled to be here this entire week. We are sponsors of the GenAI conference. We've got a booth downstairs that looks like that. We're serving coffee during all the booth hours, a little custom coffee. Come by, see Eloquence in action and my personas in action, and talk to us. We'd love to hear. Thank you. You've been fantastic. I've enjoyed the energy of the room. Thank you very much.